I'm Kaylee, and today I am reviewing The Leadership of C.S. Lewis by Crystal Hurd. Crystal Hurd, the author, was kind enough to send me a review copy, and you can see how much I enjoyed it because I've got little tabs everywhere and all the places that inspired me. But before we dive into why I loved this book so much, we're going to reach back here to our Booktuber Shoutout book. And we're going to shout out somebody randomly. Today's shout out goes to The Curly Reader. I will leave a link to their channel down in the description, so be sure to go over and subscribe to them. And please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and follow me over on Goodreads and Instagram and all that. C.S. Lewis is definitely one of my top 5 favorite authors of all time. I read Chronicles of Narnia, I think when I was about 10, maybe 11, and I just completely fell in love with C.S. Lewis's writing. And as I got older, I started to dive into more of his apologetics works. I read Mere Christianity, I think when I was about 14 or 15, and it just completely changed my perspective. And I still enjoy rereading Chronicles of Narnia and the Space Trilogy and all those great works, fiction and nonfiction, from C.S. Lewis. So when I saw that Crystal Hurd had done a book about C.S. Lewis specifically focusing on his leadership qualities, I was definitely intrigued. So the full title is The Leadership of C.S. Lewis: 10 Traits to Encourage Change and Growth. This book answers the question, what are the character traits that make a good leader? And we explore 10 important attributes that are essential for any leadership role. And then the book demonstrates how C.S. Lewis displayed those traits through his life and through his writings. And we analyze the details of why C.S. Lewis continues to influence countless Christians through both his fiction and his apologetic works. At first, I picked up this book because I was intrigued to kind of learn more about C.S. Lewis from this unique perspective. I've read a couple of biographies of Lewis. I've read his collected letters. I've read different analysis of his work, but I had never seen this particular subject addressed before. And so I found it intriguing, like, oh, this is a different approach. But not only did I learn more about Lewis, I also found myself inspired to be a better leader and a better Christian in my own small sphere of influence. This book took me beyond what I had expected to get from this book. It really encourages you to look at your life in a new way. So the 10 traits that are included are humility, morals or ethics, vision, courage, intellect, compassion, duty, resilience, inspiration, and creativity. If you look carefully, you'll see that I have more little tabs on the chapter of creativity than any other chapter. I'm a musician, and so creativity is very much a big part of my life. So I found that chapter particularly inspiring. All of those 10 traits are very heavily researched, and the writing is really effective at proving that Lewis exhibited each of those traits. There are examples and quotes from people who knew Lewis, and of course there are direct quotes from his works that powerfully demonstrate his leadership qualities. The writing style does sometimes read a little bit like a school essay. Most of the book, I think, is taken from Dr. Hurd's doctoral thesis. But there are also some really wonderful anecdotes about Lewis, and even a few stories from the author that give it more of a personal feeling. The writing is energetic and vivid, and it brings this sort of compelling quality into the writing that captures your imagination, and it captured my heart. I really enjoyed that there are so many good quotes in this book, not just from Lewis, but also from other influential researchers and writers. There are also discussion questions at the end of each chapter, so you can take everything from that chapter and really think about it and apply it to your life. Now, there are spoilers for Chronicles of Narnia, for the Space Trilogy, for Till We Have Faces, the Screwtape Letters, and The Great Divorce. However, it's really easy to skip over those portions if you don't want to be spoiled, because all of the paragraphs are really clearly labeled. So there's a title at the beginning that says Chronicles of Narnia, and then if you don't want to be spoiled for Chronicles of Narnia, don't read that paragraph. I just loved this book so much. It's really got my creative juices flowing. It made me think more about how I can be a leader with the people that I'm able to influence. It's just so insightful and inspiring, and I gave it 5 stars. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what is one of your favorite books about C.S. Lewis, or just a favorite book about your favorite author. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.